Good evening, everyone. I warmly welcome you all to the second workshop under our first phase in SparkLink 1.0 on behalf of the IEEE student branch of University of Ruhuna. Let me remind you today also, there will be 3 workshops under the first phase and 2 workshops under the second phase. And also, you can participate in the competitions which will be held physically. First, I would like to apologize for the inconvenience caused to our passionate participants who couldn't attend yesterday's meeting due to Zoom link capacity. Therefore, we will consider everyone has participated in yesterday's session. The recording of the session will be shared soon. To give you the best experience without any interruption, today we are equipped with a Zoom link with a higher capacity. As you all know, today we will have our workshop on the topic of creating and simulating basic circuits using Proteus. I think you all have installed Proteus 8 software. If not, refer to the WhatsApp group for the link. At the end of the session, we will give you a 10-minute quiz, and from that, we will mark your attendance. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A session at the end. Without further ado, let me introduce our guest speaker today. It's an honor to introduce our resource person, Mr. Suresh Sisirathunga, an electronic design engineer at Integrated Automotive UK. He is a proud graduate from our Faculty of Engineering of University of Ruhuna. He has expertise in the field of electronics, and he is a specialist in PCB designing. Your presence truly enhances the spirit of this workshop. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, all of you. Let's start the session. I think you have already installed the Proteus. If you have any question regarding the installations of the Proteus, give me a let me know. Sometimes when you install in the Proteus, there are some library issues. If anyone has such kind of problems, let me know. I will help. Without wasting time, let's go to the design part. Can you hear me? I haven't any feedback.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. This is a paid version. So we need to crack the version first. There are some pre softwares you simulate analog circuits. If you like, in future, I will arrange a workshop to teach you how to use ST space. It's especially given by the analog device. I don't know whether you heard or not. Right. In today's sessions, I am going to simulate very basic circuit. I think you heard about single state amplifier by using one transistor. This is the circuit which we are going to simulate today. I will I will put.
So excuse me, we cannot see the screen.
Right. I didn't. I have put the circuit to the chat box. Right. Did you get the circuit? Did you get the circuit?
Not yet. Maybe
Uh,
still loading.
no, I have put the circuit to the chat box. It isn't the chat box. The circuit. Anyone?
Can
Hello?
anyone else confirm that whether any of y'all can see that? No, no sir.
Hello?
No sir. It is not in the chat box.
Okay, I will send it to
If
you.
you can WhatsApp me that, like
Okay,
I'll
I will,
arrange it to.
I'll see.
Yeah.
I have sent to you, and please. Yeah.
Yeah, I will share. Sure.
Okay. Right. Let's start. First we need to create new project. Okay. I'll, I will create a folder in this direction. You can select as you wish. You can put any name in this. Now we are going to do only use simulations. So therefore we no need to use template, and we are not going to create PCB layout. Only we are going to simulate our PCB. Sorry, our circuit. No need to firmware. After starting project, you will see this kind of panels. I will briefly explain what are those components. Most of the time we use for the simulations this part. Uh, for the select the component we use this selection mode. And there are different kind of parts in here. I will I will explain only thing we want. Okay. Uh, we want resistors and electrolytics capacitors and NPN transistor, one NPN transistor. So for the simulations, we no need to use the extract one. I mean with the footprint and footprints and supplier, we no need to find such kind of things. So therefore, we always, for only simulation, we select generic type resistors and generic type components. I search resistor. And you can select whether 10 volt, 0.6 voltage, 2 voltage. Only I select generic type. Gap balance. Different kind of capacitor. Non-polarized, electrolyzed. Here I will select polarized one. And transistor. Right. We have selected generic type components. So now we want to place them. First I select resistors. Then capacitor. If you want to rotate the components, press 0 and plus. Press 0 and plus to rotate the components. Anyone has problem regarding this? What I have done, anyone has problem? What I done is select the component mode and select P and find generic resistors and generic capacitor and the transistor and place according to the given circuit. That's all. Anyone has? No, I think, yeah, right. Now I have there I have placed the all components. Now I want to connect them. So when the arrow face here, you can see we can connect them together via a wire. Likewise, we can connect them. This is a simple amplifier circuit. Now I have connected the components. The next thing I want to give the DC voltage for the bias in the circuit. What is the purpose of biasing of this kind of circuit? Why we need bias this circuit? To give the supply in here, there is a terminal mode. This one, and here there are some parts. In here, only we need ground, and I click and put here, and you can get the ground. And now I want to give the DC voltage. So go to the generator mode and click, then get the DC source and click and connect. Set the voltage to 50. Right. Now I'm going to apply input or input. Click the sine wave. Set the parameters RMS to 0.1, frequency 1. You can change this parameter and observe what happened after the simulation. Right. Now we have connect DC supply and input. Now we are going to use measurement instrument. In here, there are virtual measurement instrument, and I'm going to select oscilloscope. Do you have any problem regarding?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is a question that asks, sir, can you explain how to navigate in this software as we haven't used it before?
Sorry.
Can you explain how to navigate in this software as we haven't used it? Is this software same as microcap software?
Right. Katu,
Yes, sir.
there was noise during his questions. Can you explain what she said?
Yes, sir. Question was like, can you explain like how to use this software as they haven't used this before, like most of them
Yeah.
from first year. And the second one was like, is this software same as microcap software?
Yeah.
Those were the two questions that were in the chat.
Right. I haven't used the microcap. I think both has a similar way. If you want further study, you can use the tutorials and uh, uh, um, first follow these sessions and try to do this one. If you have any questions, can I will help you. Please ask me. Contact me via Mr. Katu. I will help you. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, hope they got the message.
Okay. Anyone has the problem regarding this session? Sessions means what I have done up to now. Don't panic. Get a little bit idea. If you like to use further this software, you will have problems, and if you not use this, you have a problem. So while this use if you have any problems, please ask me. Now I connect the Proteus phone. First I connect it. And also I will connect the
Excuse me,
DC
sir.
board.
Like,
Yeah.
one asked like how to navigate. Like, I think like they're asking like how to get these equipments and all to the screen.
Right. I will give a brief summary. Right. First, what I have done, I got the components. Mainly we need resistors and capacitors, and one transistor. In here, we are going to only focus the simulations. We are not going to design the PCB. Okay, we are not going to design the PCB layout, so we need to only generate components. So first, select this component mode and click T. So search resistor. And the bottom you can find generic. Under generic, select resistor. Okay. No need to think about footprints and other parameters. Select this resistors. When double click, it will add to the device bar. Likewise, do the capacitor. Select capacitor and go to button. Select generic. Now we want, there are different kind of capacitor. Here we select electrolytics capacitor. Double click. And now we need the transistor. The number of the transistor, this one, and type this one, and select transistor. It's a BJT1, bipolar junction transistor, and select number, transistor, bipolar, and select anything, because all has the same simulation parameter. Right. The next thing, yeah.
There is a question says, how to open the circuit board in the beginning.
Circuit board means if you want to design the PCB layout.
Sir, the thing is, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they are asking like how to open like Proteus schematic capture and all. Like after opening the software, how to do these things. Yeah, it's okay. You can take more time. Like you don't want to stick into 1 hour.
Okay. Simply select a new project. No need to think anything. Click. Then finally you can get this bar. Okay. I think she has a problem regarding the license. If you haven't a license, license mean you couldn't crack the software correctly. Cannot get this panel. I think that's the problem. Did you crack the software correctly, or?
Yes, sir. We gave them the link from Get Into PC with the video explanation.
Right. Yeah. What is the version did you send?
Proteus 8.
Proteus 8. There are different kind of versions up to Proteus 8.16, and in here I am used the Proteus 8.13. I try to use the in the Get Into PC Proteus 1.5, but it hard to crack for my laptop. So I finally used this one. If you use Proteus 8.9, no need 8.10, you no need to use the hard work. Only you need to install the software. They already cracked. I think she has such kind of problem.
Yeah, actually, like we are getting those messages through the chat.
Okay, okay. Uh, okay, okay. If anyone need to help to crack the software correctly, um, let me know. Okay, Patu, with the
Yes,
version.
sir. Yes, sir.
You can select the with the DC voltmeter. I'm going to put DC voltmeter here. I want to measure this voltage. Right. Let's simulate. You can this is the start button and this is the stop button. And let's simulate. Right. And this is the oscilloscope view. You can host the channel C and channel D. It has a small window. You can change the DV and this one this probe you can use to select DT. This is the input one, this output one. And I am going to keep the same DT.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
sir.
Yeah.
There is another question that asks,
Okay.
sir, what are the DC power supply values?
50 voltage. 15 voltage. This one. Can you see? Okay. I think it's a right. Did you get these waves? Because it's a this is not the correct waveform. I wish, but because I haven't changed the capacitor and resistors values, so I am going to change the values. This one T, this one 10 2 8 1 K. Okay. Now, what happened to the shape of the wave? And you can use cursor to measure the voltages. Right. Did you simulate? And did you simulate this circuit? Ratun,
Yes, sir.
kira kara done any
දන්න
feedback කරනවා.
ඔගොල්ලෝ සිංහලෙන් හරි ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් හරි කතා කරන්න ඒක ඉෂුව එකක් නැහැ මේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අන්මියුට් ඇක්සස් උත් දීලා තියෙන්නේ මේක හැමෝම කොලැබොරේට් කරලා කරගත්තොත් තමයි කියන්නේ හැමෝටම බෙනිෆිට් එකක් තියෙන්නේ නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අන්මියුට් කරලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන ඒ කියන්නේ ඕන ප්‍රශ්නයක් බේසික්ස් හරි අහන්න පුළුවන් ඒක ඉෂුව එකක් වෙන එකක් නැහැ කියලා මම හිතනවා
මටත් එච්චර එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් නැහැ මේ ලෙක්චර් වගේ කරලා මත් කැමති නෑ මේ ඔන්ලයින් කරන්න මං මේ ෆිසිකල් තියනවාද කියලා ඇහුවේ මුලින්ම නමුත් එහෙම තිබ්බේ නෑ එහෙම තිබ්බනම් මේ ලොකු දෙයක් කරන්න තිබ්බා මෙහෙම කරාම හරියට නිකන් ලොකු දෙයක් දෙන්න බෑ කාටවත් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න ලයිබ්‍රරිසු හරි මොකක් හරි ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කරගත්ත කෙනෙක් හරි කරාද මේක
ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් ඇවිත් තියෙනවා chat එකේ components වල names ටික චුට්ටක් කියන්න කියලා.
components වල names the
ඒ කියන්නේ
values
අර resistors capacitors එහෙම
ආහා මම හිතන්නේ ගන්න විදිය
ගන්න විදිහස මේ icon එක සමහර විට දන්නේ නැතුව ඇති අර කලින් use කරලා නැත්නම් එච්චර practice නැත්නම්
ආ
සමහර විට දන්නේ නැහැ චුට්ටක් point out කරොත්
right right I will show how to get the resistors and capacitors and after that I will explain the main symbols of the basic components and from the Proteus we select component mode and select placement P so here those are the component categories right now we want capacitor here there are different kind of components analog IC capacitor CMOS series connectors and debugging tools diodes ECL series electromagnetism inductors and there are different kind of components in here only we need transistor and capacitor and resistors there are so many libraries means some industrial components you see this one 10 microhenry inductor likewise we can select the components right here capacitor under the capacitor category this is the subcategory we need in the subcategory, there are different kind of capacitor types. Those are the capacitor types. Okay. Under generic subcategory, there are main or capacitor with basic footprint. Right? We can change the values as we wish. Generic and double click what you want. I think you know the symbol of the capacitor. There isn't any special symbol for the ICs. It depends on the schematic. Schematic mean something like this. Okay. Schematic mean something like this circuit. To design the PCB, first thing we design the circuit. This one known as the schematic circuit. If you need to design the PCB layout, select this one and you can import this component here. Up to now, only you need to get some idea about how to simulate the basic circuit. Right. Anyone did this
Also,
simulation?
sir,
Yes.
yeah, someone has like closed the oscilloscope without stopping the simulation. So they asking like how to get it back.
Right. This is the drawback of this simulation software. If you I will if I close this one, then you cannot get the again the simulation, the observation from the oscilloscope. So you need to delete and reconnect the oscilloscope. It's the drawback of this software.
Sir, there is
Yes.
another question. What is that
Okay.
component just above C2?
This one. This one.
Yeah.
It's a voltmeter. You can put the voltmeter, DC voltmeter, DC ammeter, AC voltmeter. If I put AC voltmeter, this AC voltage, I am going to put the AC voltage here. See, this is the 0.1 AC voltage. This voltage in here, VCE, so 10.8. I think during your PCB design competition, you have to use this DC ammeter, this DC voltmeter. Definitely you have to use if you are going to design the regulator or switch in mode converter or anything, you need to use DC voltmeter, DC ammeter. Okay. Right. Anyone? This what are the purpose of this R2 and R6? And what are the purpose of this capacitor and this capacitor? And what is the purpose of this capacitor? This is a simple amplifier circuit. To design the circuit, you have some basic idea about the purpose of these components. Right.
Sir, there is another suggestion.
Okay.
We are new to this software, so please be kind enough to introduce those unknown components because we are new to this.
What are the unknown components? You mean unknown mean this one? In the circuit or
Here he says C1, C2 for remove the DC components. How to choose the correct component through those kind of components with those reference numbers.
you no need to think. You mean this reference number?
Yes, sir, I think so.
Yeah, don't don't even think about this reference number. Only you have to think about these values. Don't struggle with the reference number. This one's just simple number. It vary with the components. If I whether it can any number. It not the affect the simulations. Only affect the values. Okay, got the point. No need to even think about the reference number. Only focus the values. Right?
I think they got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. You can, if you want, use the label. Label mean we no need to connect this wire to here. We can put the name here. I will show.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
There is another suggestion. Sir, can you run and show that oscilloscope again?
Okay. Good. Have you ever used the actual oscilloscope in the lab? I think no. This is a virtual one. No? The with the virtual or actual one, we can mainly change the dx, dt, and dv. So in here also we can change dt. And right? This is the input waveform. This is the output waveform. The output waveform larger than the input because this is the amplifier circuit. Any question? Any questions?
Sir, there is another question. Sir, can you
Okay.
explain what's happening in this circuit and the uses of it?
This is a simple amplifier circuit. If you want to increase the voice signal, for example, I have put the DC. I have put the small voice signal. Voice signal mean I have connected here to the mic. Then you can boost the voice by correct biasing. In the I think during A-level we have studied about the Q point or something. We can adjust the Q point by using changing this resistor, and we can get the good boost output waveform. Okay, it's a simple applications. And this capacitor and this capacitor. The purpose of this two capacitor, what are the main purpose of the capacitor? Why we use the in this application we have used to what for the rectification circuit? Why we use the capacitor? And here, anyone? Mainly use capacitor for the decoupling and bypassing. Decoupling mean what? For example, if we give the DC and AC voltage, which one pass via this capacitor? Only AC. That is the purpose of this capacitor. And here, get only AC output. Right? This one used to bypassing. Eh, did you clear? The value of this capacitor vary according to this frequency. I will change. See what happened to the output. See, Like doing calculation, we need to find the correct value for these components. Any questions? If you have any question regarding the license I mean the if you have if you couldn't correctly crack this software, you cannot open a new project. So any questions? Ratu,
Actually, like I can't see any questions in the chat. If you have any questions regarding anything, like it's time to raise them.
yeah, I think you need to install this software before the workshop.
Actually, sir, some of them I have simulated. Like we had request
Ah,
to simulate and show the output as you like simulated it. We just ignored that question.
um, I have questions. During that competition, the participations are we going to soldering or something?
Participations
Ratu,
are going to, yes, sir.
so soldering, circuit
No,
soldering
no
or
soldering. Just simulation.
only simulation?
Yeah,
The components or breadboard, they are going to use breadboard or something, or
like we are going to restrict the components that uh, they can use to simulate, and we are going to give a task for them to like to solve some task using the given components.
no need to physical design.
No, no.
Uh, uh. Those days we did the physical design.
Sir, I got a question. He says that
Okay.
in my oscilloscope, only the yellow color wave is visible, but blue color shows just a line, not a wave. How to fix this?
Yellow, which one exists?
Yellow one shows properly, but the blue color one is just a line.
Uh, whether it has a line mean there is no output. Uh, he has to check the circuit. If circuit correct, select this. Select this selector switch. I think the problem with the circuit. Check the DC voltage. I think voltage should be 0. If it is 0, it can be a line. Check the input voltage. I think that's the problem.
So another question that asks like how to change the input voltage.
Input voltage. This double click this supply, and in here I have selected the RMS. Change this value, the 1 0.1 2 anything, and frequency. You can change the frequency with the period or timing, the time domain, period or circle or just double click. You can change the type of the input voltage. And let's check. You can change the input wave also. Another question? Do you have anything to say?
There's another question. Please, can you explain the functionality in capacitor and other items briefly to amplify process?
I think you already know it. Uh, this is a simple single stage amplifier. I think first semester, second semester, first semester student or second semester students. And this is
There
the
are students like just after development program.
okay. During the our A-level career, this is a common circuit. This is the voltage divider. We use the voltage divider to bias the transistor, and this is the RC. This is the RE, and this two capacitor used to remove the DC voltage, and this is used to stability to get the smooth waveform, right? And also known as bypass. This is a bypass purpose. This is a bypass capacitor. These two decoupling capacitor to block the DC. That's all. This is the common emitter mode biasing. The common bias method. Mainly use capacitor for decoupling and bypassing and smoothing. To rectifications, DC, DC-AC, AC-DC conversion, we use the large capacitor to smooth. In here we use decoupling and bypassing. Okay.
Sir, there is another question. Can I
Okay.
ask how to get
Okay.
a key to crack the software?
Sorry.
How to get a key for crack the software?
You mean how to crack the software?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he is asking. So,
There are difference, not difference. It's depend on the your version. Let me give a second to find the software. 8.9 you no need to crack. Crack mean it already cracked. I have done this one. Follow this method for the 8.9 version. This work, and for the 8.13 it's hard. This one, and after installation this you get the library errors. Okay. To fix that issue, you need to create a separate library path. Go to 8.9, it's better than 8.13. If you use 8.13, the installation path here, most of the time, program this locations, and you need to create a library path under this. You need to arrange the location like this and put your library here. Then that problem can solve. If you install 8.13, definitely you will face the library problem most of the time. I recommend use 1.8.9. This one. Kato?
yes, sir.
Which version did you send? The latest version?
No, not the
Something.
latest, sir. Something on like. Let me check it for you. It's 8.0.
8.0?
Yeah, something very old.
2021?
No, 2017.
2011. Okay.
Answer. There's another question which asks like, can you show the properties of R22? That means the resistor and the DC generator.
Um, only think about the resistance. It's a 10K. No need to reference or something. You need to put the value. For the which are
Answer
DC
that.
generator, no?
Yeah, that one is DC.
Yeah. Select the DC and select the voltage. 12 or 50.
Answer like
According to
in
the
Proteus for micro we use letter U, right?
sorry,
Uh,
micro.
yeah, when you are using like resistance values,
Haha. When you use resistance values, what?
like for micro stuff, like when you are typing capacitor values, 1 UF we are typing.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a title. Like maybe the audience
ah,
doesn't know that.
right. Only this I have already told this the only this circuit only focus for the simulations. Therefore, we use generic type. So if you want 1 microfarad, we can put here 1 microfarad and select the tantalum. There are different subcategories. What do you want? Ceramic, nickel, polymer. Tantalum or something. We normally select this way to for the design PCB. And this is the DigiKey mean the supplier. This is the footprint package here. And you can put this way. That's no issue. Like it. Now it has a 0.1 micro, 100 nanofarad. And you can get the components, type in the exact value here 10K resistor. I want 10K resistor, then select resistors, select the voltage and select the resistor. And you can select likewise. And if you want 10 microfarad capacitor, this those has a meaning X5R, and you can get descriptions, voltage, and you can put those in here. What I do for the saving time, put the generic type and change the values. Okay. For the PCB design, there are long process, so we need to set the parameter correctly. If I select this one in the library, there are a lot of details. Okay. When we finally we need to make the bill of material. It's a document. Therefore, definitely we need to select this way. We need to select component this way, not the generic type. Okay. Anything else?
So there's another question. Let me read it for you. So when we start the simulation, what should be the value of the AC voltmeter and what settings should I use in the AC generator?
It's a previous question. No need to change the parameter or anything about the AC voltmeter. It's a default. Keep the default. And you can select the values as you want and observe the output for them. My design, I have select 0.1 voltmeter, it's RMS, and 2 kilohertz frequency. You can select any parameter and observe the output. I have select this parameter to get the uh, not correct, get the good output waveform because I have selected 50 voltage. If I increase this one input voltage, it clipping up and upside and bottom side. See, it's clipping. So you can select any input and output, any input voltage and observe the output. And by changing the input, observe the output to get exact sine waveform.
Also, sir, like he's asking for the value of the AC voltmeter. So if you can zoom and start the simulation, so you can just see what is the value.
It's depend on the setting. If he set the 2 voltage, it's so the 2 voltage. Here I have select 5. Now I change the 5. It's 5. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he says it's all right.
It's just AC voltmeter.
Also, sir, if you could show like how to use the cursors in the oscilloscope, like that would be beneficial for them in the future, no? When they are doing practicals.
Here, select the cursor in here. Can you see? And you can keep you can use the cursor. And if you need, increase the dV. Let's select this one. Low and right. Any questions? Ratu?
So it seems like there are no more questions. So if there's any questions, like just we will give 2 minutes for them to raise the questions. So it seems like we have sorted all the questions they had. So shall we proceed?
Okay.
Okay, Chamadi, over to you.
Okay, thank you and sorry for the delay. My thanks and appreciation for your commitment, sir. I'm pretty much sure that our audience got the maximum out of your content. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Suresh Sisratunga to accept our small token of appreciation for his valuable time and effort.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we are going to take a group photo. Those who are comfortable with it, I invite you to switch on your cameras, and until we take a picture of you all, do not forget to keep your pretty smiles on your faces. It says, I think video
Okay, thank
is
you.
okay. Is video blocked? Now we will move on to the quiz. The link will be in the chat box and also in our WhatsApp group.
Excuse me, Chamodi, actually
I
the video option was not enabled for the participants. So
Yeah.
shall we take the screenshot again?
Yeah.
Now
So let's
everyone,
go to the photo once again. Now you can open your cameras. Switch on your camera.
sorry for the inconvenience caused.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Now we will move on to the quiz. The link will be in the chat box and also in our WhatsApp group. You will have 10 minutes to complete it. And let me remind you once again, this is for marking attendance.